Welcome back, everyone. I'm Jason, and you're watching Jason Jensen Trains. In today's episode, we are back working on our HO scale layout. We're going to be placing a structure that we built a couple weeks back, and we're also going to be placing a new structure on the layout. All right, well, we have a lot to do, so let's get to it. So here are the two structures that we're going to be placing on the layout today. Now this one you may remember from a previous video. And we took two Foss scale kits and combined them to make this. Now this one you haven't seen yet, so let me go over this in detail with you. So the structure is from Foss scale models, and it is from their limited edition kit, the Flatiron District. This was their big year-end kit from 2021, and it sold out as all of their big year-end kits do. Now this structure is meant to be placed in between two buildings. Let me show you quick. Here's a page from the instructions. So this structure goes right next to it, and then there's a large building that goes on the other side. So actually this kit is only the front and the back. It did not have sides. Ours does not have a back. What I did was I took the back section, the top, and put it on the side. I then cut some wood from Northeastern Scale lumber for the bottom portion. And then on the brick side, I took the back wall and simply cut it straight. So I cut the top part off and put it on the side. So basically this is a background structure for the layout. Let's take it over to the layout and I'll show you where it's going to go. So there it is on the layout. Now remember, there's going to be a track that goes along there, that goes right in front of it, behind these buildings, and comes out at that level right there. Now in person you can't really see the other side of the structure, but someday I'd like to have a camera on the front of the train, so when a train is coming through you'll be able to see the other side of the building. Now eventually this will probably get replaced. I'll probably put that down low somewhere else on the layout, and we'll put another two-story structure right there. And we have a lot more background buildings. For instance, we have a tall building that's going to go there, and it's going to be a triangle shape. You'll only see the front and the side. And then same with this side. It'll be another triangle shaped structure. So you'll see the front and then this side. And then we'll probably do maybe 1 or 2 up there. I am constantly moving structures around on the layout. It's part of the reason why I haven't started any of the scenery work yet. It allows me the flexibility to continue to move structures around. All right, let's place our second structure. Originally, I built the structure to sit right here, and I put a balcony on the front so that people would be able to watch trains go by. After I got it in place, it just looked too big. It wasn't a good transition from this large building to this really small building. So after moving it around a lot, I decided that I would place it here on the end. So we're going to place it right here. And then this structure, we're going to cut the foam away and lower that in place right there. So on this side, and we'll do this in today's episode, so you'll see how I'm going to do it. But this side of the brick will be exposed, and this side will not be, and it'll be covered up with ground. Now on this, we're going to have to extend our pier and cut away some styrofoam so that it fits in the corner a little better. All right, let's get started working on that. Let's start by moving some structures. Okay, as you can see, we need to carve away some foam. Now we'll have to build this up over here and make it look like concrete. And then we'll put wood planks along here to make a walkway. Let's use our straight pins to hold this in place. So again, we'll build this out and make that all concrete underneath this. Then this wood walkway will continue and go in between the two buildings. The walkway will cut through and there'll be an opening to go over right here. But then it'll continue and we'll do a bridge that connects to that area right there. And then I'd like to take off the railing right there in this side and do a bridge right there. And then the road right there will look just like that road right there. And then we'll have a blacktop road that goes through that matches the road on the other side. Here's what it looks like from the other angle. Now eventually I may break off the railing on this side and have it go down, steps going right up to it. Looking at this on camera, I may even lower that a little bit more. But it's still a nice transition, I think. And I think the balcony still works, because you have to imagine this is all water out here. So if we have a wood pier, people can stand up there and watch all the activity, all the boats in the water out here. We're going to have to do a lot of pier building and steps and ramps to make this all connect. And again, you know, looking at this, maybe, yeah, I think I'm going to turn that so that the back is the same angle as that. And then we'll have the pier come out and go back so that you can walk all the way around this. And then we'll just pile up lots of junk back here in the corner, like lobster traps and buoys. You know, the more I look at this, I think this needs to be cut back even more. Yeah, I like that better. I may even cut some more out. Sorry, I bet my arm is completely in the way. I'm gonna have to get my shop back. All right, I think that's nice. That fits. We'll straighten this up a little bit. Well, as you know, one project leads to another, and I'm realizing that to make this retaining wall back here, I need to really finalize where these buildings are sitting so that I can build the foundation and build it up on the back side, because it slants down. And to determine where the buildings sit, I need to finalize where the sidewalk is and the road. So basically, I need to be working from the center out to both edges and out to the front edge. So the next thing I'm going to do is make sure that all the buildings up here have concrete foundations. For example, this one here has a concrete foundation already, but this one here, as you can see, does not. So we need to trace this and make our foundation for all the buildings up here. Then we can sort of draw in exactly where our sidewalks go and our roads, then start working out in this area. So I already have some foundations cut out. Now we just simply need to take some gray paint and paint the edges so that it looks like concrete. Now I made these out of mat board, and a lot of times people ask me, what is mat board and where can I get it? Most craft stores or art supply stores sell mat board, and I'll just give you a quick example. If you have a photo, that's your photograph. Then around it, you'll see there's something that looks like cardboard. This is actually mat board. And then around that, you have your frame. So again, here is your photograph. Then you have usually it's a color. You have your mat board around it. Sorry, this is really quick. Then you have your frame. So this brown stuff here around the photograph is called mat board. Again, now we'll just take some gray paint and paint this to look like concrete. And I do have some little areas that come out from the structures, little pads. Okay, so this building already had a pad under it. So this one did not. But there's a driveway in between the two. We'll put lines on it and do some weathering on it to make it look more like concrete. Then this one, I drew lines on the styrofoam so I know where they sit. This one. I put a sidewalk next to it, but I didn't paint all of the mat board, so I'll have to go back and paint that. Now, once I get those pads glued down, I actually won't glue the structure to it. So all I have to do is take off all the structures, and then I can glue the scenery all around it. Grass, weeds. We'll put in our sidewalks, our streets, and the buildings won't risk getting ruined. Okay, we have one more. Now this one takes some work because the land that it sits on goes down at an angle. So we'll have to build up the back side of it. But that's our foundation. And that way too, see, it is sitting up higher, which allows for the thickness of our sidewalks. Okay, now the only one I haven't done yet is this one. And there's quite a bit of concrete in here because I plan on putting some park benches and maybe even some tables, some planters with a tree and some bushes. So I really have to plan this one out before I cut that mat board. I almost wish this didn't have mat board on it, but I could peel it off or cut it so that this sits down in the piece I cut. But I have to do some thinking on this. All right, well, that's all we have time for today. You know, we didn't accomplish a huge project in this video, but we got a lot of little things done. Keep that in mind when you're working on your own layout or diorama. It doesn't always have to be a large project. If you do small projects here and there, at the end of the month, you're going to have accomplished a lot. All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and a huge, huge thank you to all of my Patreons. This channel is not possible without all of you. Thank you all so much. Until next time, stay motivated and happy modeling, everyone.